What's up, everyone? So I flipped my video live, and then I forgot to grab all my power cables and everything I need to do to have a live stream. What's up, peeps? All right. Make sure nothing runs out of juice. What do we got? Oh, it's a USB-C. Plug in my phone. What's up, friends? You guys in there? Hello? Anybody? All right, let's pull up this so I can see you guys. Chitty chatting. YouTube. Whoa. Hey, email notification. Vancity Vanlife is now live. I just got an email. There we go. Beautiful. Hey, Danny, what's up? Silent J, how you doing? Mandy, what's up? So, yeah, I had a video done and ready to go for today, but I decided not to put it up. We're going to save that one for tomorrow. What's up, Jonathan? George is in the house. Dan's like, I want Polly cookies. I want Polly cookies, too. Oh, yeah. So it's a warm one out here today. Well, not really warm. It was warm. Then it rained, and all of a sudden it just got sticky. Humidity went through the roof. There we go. Oh, someone says it's evening where you are. It's 3:15 p.m. where we are here. Travel Eats from Nanaimo, just down island, wicked. Have I ever considered putting air conditioning in the van? So, yeah, I would love to put AC in the van. I don't got the power. I don't got the power in my van to back having an air conditioning system. Like, you'd need quite the skookum battery setup in your van. And I also don't have the roof space on the top of my van to put in air conditioning, but it would be pretty cool. I've seen some people that are doing like mini split units off the back. And I think if I lived in an area, say it was in Arizona or something like that all year long where AC was something necessary, here we get a month or so of weather that would require us to have some AC. Other than that, it's just kind of pointless. Oh, someone said Jeffy's doing a live too. I didn't know that. If I would have known that, I would have waited till he was done. Now I feel like a douchebag. Hey, Chrome, how's your day going? My day is going pretty darn good, actually. Carolyn from Pennsylvania, what's up? Yeah, I know Jeffy had a pretty big hiccup with an accident the other day. We talked to him right after it happened. Well, I guess it just kind of was happening when I called him. He's doing okay, though. It's nice summer weather in Norway. Wicked. It's just kicking in summer right now. So Dan says they have a 5,000 BTU air conditioner in their rig. It runs all day if the sun is out with 630 watts of solar. Yeah, that's awesome. That is a ton of solar. But people I don't know where you're at, Dan, but here in Canada, we get like one really good month of optimal solar where the sun is above. I think in that case, we'd have to do tippable panels. But in the wintertime, our sun is not even like... Our panels, you'd have to flip straight this way to point directly south in order to get any solar in the wintertime. It's horrible. Yeah, AC in a vehicle. Like, when I first seen someone put in one of those mini split like units that you would put in a house, what a beautiful idea. If it wasn't for the big space the mini splits take up outside, I would do it. Like, if they actually properly made a smaller mini split, something that I could throw in that like spare box in the back, that'd be epic. Does Chrome know? Does Chrome know what? Hey Chrome, I can't stay, but I want to make sure you pet Cruzy's head for me. Wild hair, I absolutely will. I got a gift today. We'll see where it's at. Oh, it's in the front. I think it's in the front. Give me a second. Yeah, it's not back here. I got a gift today from, I checked the mail. I got a gift from a subscriber that got Cruzy. I took a picture of it. It was super cute. It's up there with a card somewhere. Otherwise, I'd thank the person right now. It was so cute. Someone got Cruz a safety vest, and it's got his name on the side of it. It is so cute. He's definitely not happy about wearing it, but it was kind of nice. They said, hey, you know, here's a little safety vest they got for Cruz, so maybe when he's running around the shop, he's a little bit more visible, and I love it. That was very sweet. They do mount on the back doors. I bought one for $530 and it runs on 12 volt. That's pretty wicked, man. I remember seeing that for the first time. It was like last year when someone put a mini split on their van, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if I was in a super hot area for an extended amount of time, 100%. You know, I'm wondering if maybe like if I rig something up like that on the back, that inside that other unit, that big spare tire box, that'd be really awesome. Yeah, that'd be really awesome. Even if I mounted something back there temporarily for the summer, you know, just something you bolt on there for the summer and leave the rest of it all wired in, and then in the summer is when you actually mount that unit out the back. But I think a lot of people that are running those mini splits are using them all year round, using them for heating in the winter and cooling in the summer. I just don't know if I want like a big unit like that hanging off the back of my van. It's cool though. Give me a sec, guys. Phoenix Adventures, man, I'm doing really, really, really good. Robert from Prince George, man, how you doing? Will I ever travel to Alaska? Yeah, that's actually on my radar. My travel seasons the last year, and obviously this year is getting a little bit of a late start on it too. Doing an Alaska trip would be really good. I think the Alaska trip would probably be really nicely done in the winter time because the snow is really dry out there, so you could still do all your adventuring and stuff like that during the winters out there. That might be a really fun winter trip. Do I ever get tired of constantly shilling and recycling content? QWibs? Honestly, the truth is about van life, it is what it is. I live in my van all the time. Recycling content, well, if that's what happens in a van lifer's day every day, then that's what we share. Sure, I've made the same video on my channel. Like, I've probably close to 2,000 videos deep on here, and I've probably made 500 videos on repeat since the very beginning, just constantly repeating because I wake up in my van every day. I make my coffee in my van. Not every day, but some days. Other days I hit drive through. The cycle is no different than your cycle living at home. Just I'm doing it in here. And so when it comes to making YouTube content, I see everything that I edit and I know how repetitive it gets. I know that. But without sharing the everyday van life kind of stuff and showing you guys what it's like living in a van, then my channel stops becoming a van life channel. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? Do I not film all the usual things? But yeah, it does end up becoming very repetitive. Trust me, I'm close to 7 years making YouTube videos, and I've made the same video hundreds and hundreds of times with a different background. It's true. Would I ever come to Europe? Absolutely. Chrome, after cruise, will you get another breed? Probably not. I really like the Bulldog breed. They're just characters. They're super fun. Chrome, do you have Hispanic heritage? My dad's last name is Valdez. I don't know anything about my father. He wasn't around, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's in there somewhere because of him. He wasn't around, and I never dug into my dad. I never really cared. He was around till I was about 4 years old, and that was about it. So I don't know anything about that side of his name. Yankees like, I'm a bastard too, and I don't give a shit if I'm a bastard. It's all good. Not a big deal. And I didn't have a really in-tuned mom when I was a kid, so I kind of grew up on my own. Stormy says, I need a fridge. What are you using? I'm using the Iceco 65. So it's the olive green colored one, and it's the 65 liter fridge. 67, 65, something like that. And I really, really, really like it. Tom says, I had a drug life, now recovering. Good for you, man. Good for you. I went through 6 years of hardcore partying back in the day. I used a ton of drugs back then. And then came to a day one day, I was like 25 years old, and something in my brain's like, no more. And I stopped. It was a really, really rough 6 months coming clean off of it. But yeah, man, I came out of that gate 25 years ago. Something like just about 25 years ago. Fun while it lasted, though, but something in my brain, after all my friends said I'm turning into a douche, I just stopped. Reigns of Healing says, Emmy has an Iceco too. They're both sponsored by them. We're not sponsored by them. That is not true. But they like them too. Okay, so when it comes to things like that, Iceco reached out and said, hey, we got a fridge. Would you take it? They never paid for my advertising. I don't know about her channel, but they never paid for advertising on my channel. And it's been sitting there ever since they gave it to me. So it's working. If not, I would have just taken it, not liked it. I would have bashed it in the review, and then off it would have went. But companies like that, there's sometimes they reach out, they, hey, we'll give you a free fridge. I'm like, I need a free fridge. Let's go. So they said, pick one. I'm like, I want that one. So yeah, not sponsored at all by that company. And a lot of times in those videos, when they sponsor you, they need to pay you, period. But yeah, and cool thing about those companies, when someone reaches out and says, hey, I got this can, would you like to review it? My instant reply is, it's going to be truthful. If I hate it, I'm not showing it. If it's got problems I think could be fixed, I'm going to feature it. But they pay you for that. So, but yeah, no, Iceco makes a damn good fridge. Yeah, really like them. Hey, from the UK Robin Hood country. What's up, drone newbie? Brad Fruhurst? You're not going to be able to get off the pavement during the winter in Alaska. No, I'm aware of that. But that would be a beautiful trip up there in the winter, man. Like I don't know. For me in my brain, it was always like, look, man, if there's ever going to be an Alaska trip, I think I'd do the first time to Alaska in the winter. What's up, Cynthia Shaw? Welcome to the stream. Man, people from all over the place. Northern Ireland. We've got Norway in the house. Chrome, I'm late to the party. You're not late. We just started 14 minutes ago. What kind of drone do I have? I got my drone right here. So the drone that I use is the cheap one. It's the little baby tiny one. It's the, show you guys. It's the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I like it. It works. It's the small 249 gram drone. So you can fly this one. I don't know where you're from, but some drones have, some areas have, you're required to have a drone license if it's over 249 grams. And this thing is 249 grams, so no license needed to fly this drone. And there's lots of bigger ones that capture a way better image quality than this one. But I also don't want to fuss with having to get drone licenses and all that other when this one, no license needed, and they're affordable. Someone said, hey, Jana Rob must be here. What's up, you guys? Rob, I hope you're feeling well, man. I seen a post that you weren't doing too good. I think you, I can't remember what you had. Hold on a second. I know what you had. I think a breast implants or something like that, bro. Just joking. BD702, come to Vegas. You'll always have a safe place to stay and park. My buddy Will lives in Vegas. I haven't spoke to him in a long time. Will I ever collab with Living the Van Life? Sure, if he's ever around this way ever, or if I'm ever down that way ever. Yeah, that'd be a cool collab. Oh, he had a hip replacement. Sorry, I thought it was a boob job. Wasn't too sure. I knew it was something like that. I hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, I'm always down to collab with other YouTubers. I think it's fun, especially if they've got like a channel around my size. It just really makes for a really good collaboration. You know what I mean? Good on both sides, because as soon as you collab with somebody, their channel benefits from your channel's audience, and their channel audience benefits from your channel audience. So sometimes people want to collab and they got like 4 subscribers. Well, I don't mind if they're super rad and we got something cool to go do. Great, no problem. But sometimes it's got to have that mutual, connection. Love from Melbourne, Australia. What's up? Lars Gradell. Says, got the t-shirt and sticker plus the bonus stickers. No problem, man. Thank you. That's what happens when you get me filling out orders. I'm always tossing in all sorts of extras. Amanda does too. Want to know if Chrome is going to reach out to help Jeffy Bear. Yankee, I spoke to Jeffy Bear within 20 minutes of his accident happening. Me and Jeffy are talking. He's doing good. He's doing fine. Jeffy doesn't need any help or assistance. When he comes back up this way, we can definitely help take a look at his bumper and stuff like that and get that stuff all straightened out and make sure that there's no damage in and behind the bumper. So we can check all that stuff out once Jeffy comes back up here, because my shop will we'll have a bit of access to the shop here probably in about another week. So funny how some people automatically assume that we're just going to leave Jeffy Bear down island after a box truck backed into his thing and bent his bumper. Come on. Oh, Gil Ford. So for those who don't know, someone just asked about Jeffy. For those who don't know, Jeffy was parked inside of his van. He was inside the back of the van. Some guy parked a box truck, went in to go take a piss, and I guess maybe not put on the parking brake. The box truck rolled back, pushed on Jeffy's bumper, pushed his van forward. So there was no damage, major damage done. It did dent the bumper and stuff like that as the box truck rolled back into it. And Jeffy was, pretty shaken up because he was inside the back of it when that happened. And it being so big, it pushed his van backwards a little bit. But he's doing okay. So far, it looks like the damage is only a bent bumper. So we'll take a look at that when he gets up here. But he's doing okay. What's my favorite snack? Honestly, anything I can stick in my mouth right now. But actually, right now, let me back that one up. Right now, it's sweet and salty popcorn. My freaking goodness, like the Orville Redenbacher brand one is really good, or the Chicka Pop, whatever it's called, one's really good. Jeffy's friend came out here and she bought a big bag of it from Costco. And ever since she dropped it on the table, now that's my go-to. I've been going to corner stores and buying that sweet and salty popcorn. So good. Mike Grady from Portland, Oregon. What's up? Hey, Chrome, fellow Canadian. I've been watching you since day one. Hope to see the new shop and get my van upgraded soon. By the way, How's your gout going? Any triggers? No, ever since my sore toe that one time, I have not had any problems at all ever since. They gave me some medication for it. I took the medication for probably 2 months and then I completely stopped it. I don't like taking pills, so I stopped it just to make sure that my levels were down. So if you don't know that, it's like some crystals, whatever, that's in your bloodstream or some stuff like that. So they had me tested like 3 times since that scenario, and once I seen that once they said, oh, your levels are down, good, you're good, I stopped taking that whatever it was called medication for the gout, and it's never been back ever since. You know, also since that scenario, I've also stopped drinking beer too, and I guess beer is a recipe for a bad toe flare up, and I've only had maybe this many beers in 6 months or 5 months. It's been pretty minimal. Hey, Chrome, can you hang on a while? I get another beer? Absolutely, Yankee. We ain't going nowhere. Is it easier to do a live stream than edit a video? Oh, heck yes. Because a live stream, all I got to do is take a picture of my face, throw it up there, hit go live, and then we can chat with you guys for however long we chat. Where when it comes to editing a video, like my video I edited this morning took me 4.5 hours this morning, and I was gonna upload it, but it was getting later in the day. I'm like, nah, I'll upload that one tomorrow. So yeah, like I could sit here and talk with you guys, answer tons of questions that don't get answered in my everyday videos, just hang out with you guys, give you guys that are new around here a chance to get to know me and who I am, and stuff like that, where editing a video is very, very time consuming. So what's 4.5 hours on the edit this morning, plus then I would have to create a title and a thumbnail and upload. So we're looking at 5.5, probably 6 hours in total to get a video up. It's a lot. Like if people loved live streams a ton, I just do a live stream every day. But not everybody likes live streams. How many days did you complete of the post every day? My gosh, JP, I so wanted to, and I was gung-ho and ready to go do it, but it was an eye-opener for me because I used to upload all the time, every freaking day. And if I'd missed a day, I'd do a live stream. But I realized recently that life has changed a lot since we got the new shop space. There's so many more people in my world, where back in the day when I used to just upload all the time, there was nobody in my life. Nobody. Like, and if there was, they would be in a small pocket of the day and my camera would be all over them, taking as much content out of my day as I could. And then I was alone for the rest of it. So I found that the more people that are around me, the harder and harder it is to do everyday videos. I gave up. I was like, this is impossible. The only way to do that would be to say, sorry, Jeffy, can't see you. Sorry, Lauren, can't see you. Sorry, and just start chopping everybody out of my life. That ain't gonna happen. Especially now with the new big shop and all these distributors talking to me and talking with all these brands. It's impossible. You still wearing Bart's shoes he sent you? Oh yeah, I wear these ones the most. These ones here, they're mostly dirty. I haven't had the chance to wear these ones too much. I have rocked them a couple of times. The all chrome ones with chrome on the back. I'm wearing these to my daughter's grad. I'm not wearing the chrome ones when I'm out in the backcountry, but give Cruzy a treat. Shh, don't say that word. He's sleeping right now on the floor. Yeah, the floor in the shop does look absolutely amazing. Okay, guys, I'm going to shift to looking over here, because I feel like I'm missing a pile of questions. I'm going to back up here a little bit. So you know what I wish? I wish on YouTube I could click a button and then it would just highlight the comment that I've already read. You know what I mean? What's your favorite snack? And can we see Cruzy? I already answered the snack part, but Cruzy, don't make too much noise. Cruzy's... Sorry, upside down. All right. The live stream wouldn't let me put it upside down. It was like, yo, you can't live stream upside down. He's underneath the Right now my top drawer is pulled out and you guys are sitting on top of the drawer. Will you take the ambulance in the backcountry? Absolutely. But there's a lot of the backcountry that I do in this van that ambulance just can't do. So I think having a rig that big here on the west coast anyway of Canada, because there's so much forest out there, like out here, it's like a rainforest. So it's pretty dense woods out there on most of those roads. So I think a lot of those backcountry roads, I would never be able to take my ambulance to, which I think will very much hinder some of my travel and adventures out here, you know. But I have some ideas for it. I'd love to build a matching trailer for the ambulance. I'd like to put a quad in that trailer, and then that way when I get up to some really nice camp spot, I can bomb off with the quad and go explore. Yeah, but that bigger ambulances are too big. Lauren was out here, and a couple of our friends out here took Lauren out to the backcountry, and they put him down a really narrow, small trail. Lauren just said his ambo's not good for that. He ended up breaking the stack off of his wood fireplace in there, because it's so grown over, it just smashes everything on it. And his ambo it's super wide comparative to like a pickup truck or a van like mine. So bigger rigs like that, depending on what you want to do, you gotta think about those things too. You gotta think about where do you want to take your vehicle. You know, don't buy a box truck if you plan on doing any backcountry stuff. At least, you know, off the main Forest Service road anyway. Does the new shop owner have any constraints on your sleepovers like the old shop did? No, not at all. The guy that owns the property here said, look, man, honestly, he goes, if all the businesses are closed in there for the weekend, you can like park all your van friends all the way down the parking lot, light a bonfire, and party and hang out all weekend. As long as you're not getting in the way of anybody doing business. He goes, I don't care what you do there. I'm like, cool. Those are the little things that made this new shop space so appealing. Like, you know, when Lauren comes here to do stuff in the shop, he can park out back and live in his van outside here. Or if we're really deep in a project here, I could park my van out here for a week and just live in my van every night. We could shower upstairs in the shop and go work during the day. So the new shop space is it's perfect. Like I definitely took some time to think about this space before we jumped on it. Chrome, do you have any advice on starting van life? Yeah, start really, really small, really, really simple, and don't build your van until you've at least slept in it for about a week. Does Sekozy window covers deliver to the UK? That's probably better an email sent to them. I think it's sekozy.com or sekozy.ca. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Lauren says, I can't hang out today, but unfortunately, but love you all. Thanks for coming by, Lauren. Loli's Off-Road said, you are right. The big rigs are not for quad roads. You got that right. And and Lauren said it right there. He's like, they're not for quad roads. And a lot of those backcountry roads that I'm taking, they've overgrown so much that they've just become a quad trail. And I'm shoving my van in it. I don't give a crap. I'm going right up in it because usually somewhere up there, maybe it'll open up a little bit. Maybe. A lot of times you get up in those trails, the trees start to narrow you until you're like, you're wedged in. You're like, damn it. Now I got to back out. But I love that stuff. To me, that's the enjoyable part. All right. Sarah says, big shout out from the UK. Would you ever dye your hair and beard black again, as you looked so much like George Michael? So if you guys watch my earlier videos, I used to dye my hair, and like I didn't have this much gray back then, but I had a lot of gray. Like, I think the reason why I dyed it, there was a big section on this side of my face. So my face was no gray and a big chunk of gray. It looked weird. So I used to dye everything, and then it got into my hair, and before you know it, I look like George Michael. But yeah, I used to have a lot of hair dye when I started this channel. I ain't afraid to say it. Did I ever sell my old tires and rims? Yes, I did. I had a guy come by and pick them up for his truck. I sold the rims, tires, and the spare tire as well. I was going to keep the spare tire here and like build a coffee table out of it or something. And now thinking about it, I kind of probably should have, because that would have been a rad coffee table upstairs. But I sold it. What's my favorite place to be at on this island? So I don't really have a favorite place. I have a favorite area. So when you go to the north side of the island, there's a town called Campbell River. From Campbell River all the way up to the north side of the island, the farthest tip, that's where the island comes alive. I don't do any adventuring down on this part very often. Like, we don't go down island because there's a lot of backcountry gates. But my favorite part of this island for adventuring is definitely from Campbell River all the way to the north side. I mean, can I live in a van and work full time? I'm not sure, Brian. I didn't see your first message. I'm guessing there's a first part to that one. If you're asking a question, can you live in a van and have a regular job? Of course you can. Guess people are asking about the shop. Let me go into here. My phone, they're so tiny to read. I like it because I'm looking at you guys instead of staring over here and talking. Are you ever going to go to Chrome Island? So there's an island out here called Chrome Island, and I would love to. If you have a connection to get me over there, I would love to go. Otherwise, I would have no idea how to get there. There's just a big lighthouse on an island called Chrome. Heck yeah. I guess some people are asking about the store. Do I have a retail space here? No, we don't have a retail space. Will you consider carrying? But probably not. Someone asked if we're going to consider carrying paracord bracelets in the merch shop. Probably not. What kind of speakers do I have in the van? Jason, those are the Yamaha HS5s. They're a powered speaker. You can get them at any music store. They're actually meant for studio monitors. And they pull probably 40 watts of power at full volume and probably 20 watts of power at just a nice, easy listening level. They're very power conscious. And I like them a lot. I use them in here sometimes when I'm plugged in to watch movies or anything like that, because it's got a little mic cable, plugs right into the side of my laptop, and it plays right across there. Or you can plug it right into your phone. Iron Wolf just gifted a membership, which was gifted out to Charisse. Welcome to YouTube membership, Charisse. So giving you a membership gives you access to 1 free month. And if you choose to stay, you can stay after that. What's my favorite genre of dance music? If you want to keep, genre of music. If you want to keep it simple, dance music. Like, I'm a big, big dance music fan. And that's everything underneath the dance music umbrella. Everything. If you want to like talking just like the EDM style stuff, straight up to like drum and bass and everything else. I'm just, tech house, all of it. I'm a huge fan of anything dance music. Michael Barkley just gifted 5. Holy cow, people. Michael Barkley just gifted 5 YouTube memberships, who was gifted out to Sue Bishop. Awesome. In Van Minivan, Abby Lynn, Ben Hoos, Sammy Joe W. So cool. And then, where'd it go? JP Hanks gifted 5 more memberships just back to back. You guys are freaking awesome. Went to Maker Mike, The Reckoning, Victor Hernandez, Kim Hoffman, And the Oh Cool Cucumber. That's a cool name. Aw, thanks JP and Michael. That was super rad of you guys. Do Vancity boat life. I have not spent a lot of time on the water, enough to fall in love with the water. Now that we're on the island, I've made some friends with some people that have boats, so I'm pretty sure you get me out on a boat, I might fall in love with it. But right now, I've been on a boat tons of times out there, but not enough to fall in love with being on a boat. Plus, I don't think I really want that kind of a money pit. And you guys know me, I like to buy things, you know, I have no problems putting money into ambulances or vans or whatever else, but I don't know if I need that kind of a money pit. I heard boats are just like cutting a hole in the bottom of your bank account. It just funnels out while you sleep. I like that idea. Oh my gosh, someone else just gifted. I'll get back to a question I was just reading. Carter Ellison Dufresne just gifted 10 YouTube memberships. My gosh. Going out to Aaron, Radio Man, Sarah, SRR, Jan, Panda Life, Jennifer B. Man, you guys are freaking red. Oh, where'd they all go now? Carlos, Jeannie, just Lori. Oh man, you guys are freaking awesome. Yeah, on that note, I forgot to post on YouTube memberships today. Did I post on there yesterday? Pretty sure I posted on there yesterday. Let's go see. I posted on YouTube memberships. Last post was 17 hours ago. Yeah, they got to see the little spot that I was up at last night, which will be in tomorrow's video. Ben Hoos, I'm not caught up on all your videos. I'm still on year 1. I started following your channel, Chrome, the day the transmission issue started. Wicked. Ben, rad that you're going back and watching my original content. That is freaking awesome. It's nice. To me, that makes me happy because once people have a bigger story about me, they'll understand where life is sitting at today, you know? If anybody new that's coming in here right now, all they see is me in this van and then my shop, and they don't get it. They're like, oh, I don't get it. I thought you're a van lifer. I'm like, van lifers live in their van. That's it. That's all van life is. Van life is living in your van, period. Whether you're going to a day job or you have the opportunity to travel full time if you're lucky. But most people, they go to work all day, come back and just sleep in the van on the side of the road. And that's what the new shop here has turned me into for 6 months out of the year. And I love it. Kim from Central California. Aaron Davis says, it's the start of my YouTube channel that made me fall in love with my channel. Pretty awesome. Is Jeffy Bear still out here? Yep. Does doing a live stream help with feeling a bit lonely? So I'm not a person to feel lonely. I'm too hyperactive in my thoughts. I keep myself way too busy to feel loneliness. But if I ever need a connection, live streams are a beautiful way. Or if I'm ever feeling disconnected from you guys, like say I missed 4 or 5 videos in a row like I just did, and I feel like there's something not clicking, I'll do a live stream so I get the chance to talk to, you know, right now there's 924 people in here. Get a chance to sit down with 924 people and answer some questions and chit chat back and forth. So yeah, it definitely does help with the connection part anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that lonely feeling, and my brain's just all the time. Oh. Someone's talking about Haida Gwaii. Haida Gwaii would be a beautiful trip. There's an island up here way off the tip of Vancouver Island up there called Haida Gwaii. Kevin from Saskatchewan, what's up? How is Jeffy Bear after the knock? From what I understand, he's doing pretty good. I think he's more hurt that somebody bumped into his van. Radio Man, what's your total electrical capacity with your system? So I have 400 amp hours of SOK power underneath my bed. So 4 100 amp hour SOK batteries. And that is tons. Like if you're going to build a van, 400 amp hours is enough that you never, I don't even look at my app anymore. I don't have to. I do so much driving, and there's 300 watts of solar and enough battery capacity to hold a ton of power. I very rarely look at my app. How much height clearance does adding the cap onto your van? If you're talking about my rooftop carrier, I'm not too sure. I know my van totals about a little over 9 feet. What's my favorite song or dance tune? I don't know why, but in my head for years has been Tritonal, Now or Never. That song at full volume just runs goosebumps through my body. So Tritonal, Now or Never. Beautiful track. Do I know what the total weight of my van is? No, but I'm probably going to toss it on the scale once I get my new gas tanks put in here, and I want to top up on fuel, fully fill all tanks, just out of curiosity to see what my van weighs with full load capacity, packed up, fridge, freezer loaded, ready for a trip, and double tanks, well, triple tanks, all topped up. So I'll do that before I leave on my trip this year and let you guys know. When am I coming back to Prince Edward Island? Maybe next year. We will see how this year's travel seasons go, and then I'll see if I'm going to do an East Coast trip again next year. When am I getting the tanks? The tanks are here. We're waiting for one more part, and then Lauren I think he's getting me fixed up before I leave on my trip. Big Tom says, how about I send a couple of those bracelets to you and a couple callers for the star of the channel? You're more than welcome to, absolutely. Have you checked your mileage yet? Yeah, so I was told that a newer engine's going to be a little bit harder on fuel. So to wait 5,000 kilometers on the new engine, and then the tuner guy's going to take another full look at things and make sure that I have the right tune for everything, just to finish everything off. And then I'll do a mileage check. But I'm pretty sure it's still bad as bad can be. This van's always been bad on fuel. Curtis, thumbs down for Prime. I don't give a shit. I like this stuff. I like it. What's my son studying? He doesn't go to school. He's running a landscaping company. Who's going to watch the shop when I'm gone? My staff. Why not do an LS swap? I thought about it. I literally, honestly thought about it. I'm like, man, if I put I heard it's a huge to do in this van to do an LS swap. But I thought about it. Come on, man. You gonna do burnouts in this thing? Freaking awesome. I'd love it. Carter, I just seen that you upgraded your membership. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. What's an LS swap? LS is a Corvette engine. So like if you ever look at most hot rods, they kind of do a resto mod, so it's kind of like a bit more, got newer suspension, all this stuff on their older cars. They usually drop the Corvette LS engine inside of it. It's just a little bit more modern, a little bit more reliable. If you're talking, I'm not talking about vans, I'm talking about like if someone does it in a hot rod. What's for dinner tonight? Probably something bad. Pizza, lasagna, whatever I can order in. Ooh, Gary just said, how about a 7.3 Godzilla swap? Man, that Godzilla engine, I seen one sitting at a Ford dealership. It is a giant engine. That would have been a pretty kick-ass engine swap, but we did the 5.4. It's all good. But that 7.3 Godzilla gas engine from Ford is a freaking beast. Lizzie says broccolini for dinner. Broccolini is my favorite vegetable, man. For now, anyway. Until I get bored of it. Wings sounds good, too. Admit I'm a millionaire now. Shut the front door. James, come on. Are you freaking serious? No, it's not happening. I'm not. Jesus Christ. Go back and watch my earlier videos. I can't become a millionaire in like 6 years. Maybe you can. I don't know if there's a way. Tell me how. Hey, will you please tell us where you got Cruzy steps and will they be available on the Van Toys? No, I'm not selling those steps. Those steps are from Amazon. Just go on to Amazon and write dog steps and you'll keep scrolling through. You'll see lots of plastic ones to get up on your couch and stuff like that. And then you'll get in there or just type in foldable dog steps and they'll show up. Okay. Seriously, guys, if you ever want products instead of asking for links, it's easier to take that time, go on Amazon, folding dog steps. There we go. There. Second one down right there. Boom. There's the steps I got for Cruzy. $159 Canadian. Lots of good reviews. Tom says Tom used to work at Ford, but Tom says the Godzilla engine won't fit in an E-Series van without massive modifications to the interior and engine components. Yeah, we did the 5.4 because it was literally just a swap over. We went through a little bit trying to figure a few things out, but in the end of it, it actually worked out to literally be a really, really, really simple swap. Someone said a million doesn't get you far nowadays anyway, at least not on the West Coast. Haha, very, very true. Yeah, Sue's like millionaire. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Oh, Andy, what's up, brother? Happy Saturday, bro. What's up, Iron Wolf? Yeah, hilarious. $400K won't get you many things nowadays, like real talk. And that's true, 100%, man. Things are just crazy out there, especially if you're paying traditional rent. You know, me on the other hand, because, I mean, sure, I'm leasing a business, but for anybody who leases a business and has a home, no, there's no way I could be doing both. That's impossible. I feel for everyone nowadays who's getting rent increases and then moving from one place and having a hard time finding a second one. It's just, times are really shitty right now. Duck Sauce, I love your channel name. Laura Stewart says, love the business coming up news. Chrome Steps also. Where am I at? Parksville. $1 million bucket. Aw, Lynn, thank you for the little super chat. That's freaking awesome of you. And this is your third super chat on my channel. Thanks, I appreciate the love. Hey, Chrome, how do you find those epic spots for me and Cruzy? Honestly, I'll show you. This is literally this simple. I find them all on my own. I don't find them from an app. And if you find epic spots, don't pin them in an app because they'll destroy that spot and you'll never be able to go there again. So let's just take a look at this area here. So just say I'm driving on a road over here. Let me go to somewhere that's a little bit more. Let me find some stuff here, guys. So just say I'm driving on a road over here, right? The purple stuff is public use land that you're allowed to be on. I keep driving. I usually leave my app open and it'll show a little blue dot of my vehicle driving. And then once I cross over into this section, I know I can turn anywhere I want. That's as easy as that. That's how I find it. So everything on this map that's purple is all public use land, meaning I can roam my face off all I want. And that's what I do. I'll keep driving down, whether it be a highway. If I'm in an area that I don't know, I'll just leave my map up and I'll pull over. I'll be driving down the highway. I'm like, oh shoot, this section here is Crown land. And then I'll look for a side road and go up that road. We found awesome little lakeside spots right off like highways and stuff doing that way. But yeah, the app is called iHunter. I use it finding all my backcountry. And then when I'm out there, I use the app called, oh, let me back up here. Sorry guys, give me a sec. I just realized my app was still recording my last drive. Let me stop that. Cool. What was I going to show you? Oh yeah, the other app's called Gaia Maps. G-A-I-A. I don't know if you can read that. It's got a little tree on it. It's updating right now. G-A-I-A GPS. That's what I use to find roads. Oh, Iron Wolf just gifted another membership and it was given out to Mandy. That's hilarious. Congratulations, Mandy. Tom, thanks for the super chat, bro. Appreciate that. Oh, Lauren, you didn't have to do that, bro. Loli's Off-Road just gifted 5 YouTube memberships. It was given out to Olive, Scott, Islander, Heather, and Dan. Thanks, Lauren, bro. That was cool of you. Do you pay to drive in the backcountry? Yeah, fuel. It costs money to drive back there because fuel. So put it this way. The video that I filmed that's going up tomorrow cost me about $100 in fuel to drive around out there. $100. It's ridiculous. But to be on those roads is free. You don't have to pay anything. Not here in BC anyway. I know there's Alberta has a camping fee you pay every year, but I think they make you pay that camping fee every year just to make sure that you know the rules. I kind of oddly think that they should do that here. Like you buy a season backcountry pass for $20, but that makes you sign a contract saying you're not going to litter. You're not going to do all this other stuff. So you treat the backcountry a little bit better. Oh, Kim Jones, thank you. Coffee for you, Chrome. I appreciate that, Kim. And Shanae, hey, from Philadelphia. Thanks, Shanae. Welcome to the live stream today. Oh, Patty Crane's in the house too. Wicked. Who's a better cook, Lauren or his wife? Lauren doesn't cook. Lauren is a master reheater. Leah is an amazing cook. And Lauren is amazing at reheating Leah's food. Thanks, bro. Lori J says Crown land is the same as public use. So yeah, so down in the States, they call public use land, what do they call that down there? It's called something different than they call it here. Here it's called provincial crown land. So owned by the province, it's crown land. We're allowed to be on it. How much in gas to see the finished floor? Soon, guys, soon. Brian said, yeah, littering is always a problem with the party campers. You got that right. We see that quite a bit. No, in the States, it's not called a national forest. What are they? It's called BLM land in the U.S. So BLM in the U.S. is the same as Crown land in Canada. Like, the entire country of Canada is like 95% Crown land. Literally 95% of this country is public use. I'll find out. It's a lot. What percentage of Canada is Crown land? Crown land in Canada represents 89% of the country. 89%. So 41% is federal Crown land, 48% is provincial Crown land, and the remaining is privately owned. Only 4% of federal Crown land is in the provinces. Ontario is one of those provinces. So yeah, so there you go. 89% of this country is public use land, which is giant. That's why when a lot of people say, when you coming to the US, I'm like, man, Canada's got so much more I'd like to see. Have you seen the Screaming Heads here in Ontario, bro? No, I haven't. What's the Screaming Heads? Oh my gosh, someone said you get arrested in Florida for sleeping in public. I know van dwellers that live in Florida that sleep in their vehicles and don't have problems. Oh, is that a Florida-wide thing, or is that just in specific areas? Aloysius, I think that's how you pronounce the name. I'd like to go to Arizona in 2 years, but the gas bill would be a lot. Traveling is not cheap, my friends. That's why I told you guys, like, let me see how this summer travel season goes before I plan a ginormous cross Canada next year. It's gonna be a really pricey year this year, I think. Oh, give me a second. I'm losing my paper towel. Whoa, sorry guys, give me a sec. Oh. The wind's picking up and this, look what happened. Oh, there goes my paper towel. Okay, squeezing through. Oh! Thought I was knocking stuff over. Now look out the window and there's this thing flapping in the window there. Oh man. Let me fold this up. Yeah, earthquake. You guys are sitting on my top drawer. It's not the first time this has happened, you guys. I used to have a little clip that held it. I don't know where my clip is. I gotta go to the dollar store and buy another one. Chrome, would you ever decide possibly to make a mix CD of your style and sell them? A CD? Man, do people still have CD players? Is that a thing? I definitely will not be making a CD mix of anything. If you're talking about my DJ mixes, you can just download those online. Literally, just go online and download them. If you're looking for older DJ mixes that I've made, it's at hearthis.at/DJ Chrome. And there's a bunch of stuff on there. A bunch of older stuff. Even a couple of mixes I made in my van are on there. Yeah, and they're free to download. There you go. If we roll it up, bada boom. Paper towel roll. Just like that. Make an 8-track. Ask Cruzy's got to go outside. Give me a sec, you guys, okay? Oh. Excuse me, Cruzy. It's hard to get by the drawer here, and you too. My goodness. Guys, give me a sec. I'm coming. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the struggles of living in a van. When you get out from underneath your desk, getting back in is not easy. Oh man. That was graceful. No, I guess people talking about Andy about his accident. Andy bumped his head just a little bit. Would I ever do a box truck? No. Box trucks are just, it doesn't fit the way I like to live my life. I mean, having that extra space would be really beautiful, but I would definitely never own or live in one, and I don't see anything like that ever in my future. You know, like the ambulance is probably going to be the biggest I'd go. And, oh, I hear a vehicle, Cruzy. Sorry, guys. Cruz, hey, Cruzy, come on. Up, let's go. Up, let's go. Guys, oh my gosh, sorry, I heard a vehicle pull up and Cruzy's a bit of a social pup. I don't want him to run over there, and his stairs are outside, so anyway. Eric, do you ever gag with dog farts? In my dog's not running outside. I don't know. Eric says, do you ever gag with dog farts in the cramped area? No. My dog doesn't fart as much as he used to. He used to do it a lot before I switched him over to raw food. Now it's definitely a lot better. But no. Pretty sure I've choked him out a few times, though. Sorry, guys. I left outside for 2 minutes. Now I feel like I've lost the conversation here. Where is everybody? What are you talking about? I feel like you guys have been chatting with each other, and I feel left out. Now you guys are talking about farts. Great. Tom, so why won't you live in a box van? It's too big. It's too big. So like the best way to put it is if you live on the streets, on the pavement all the time, box truck is great. But if you plan on doing anything like I like to do, to go out into the backcountry, box trucks are just way too big. They're just too big. They're cool though. I got a couple of friends that have box trucks. I have one that's got a big box truck and one that's just got like a standard size box truck, and they're super rad. Like just tons of space, built-in showers, all that other fancy stuff that you'd want out of a bigger home. They're awesome. Like kitchen table that seats 4 people. Are you serious? But Yeah, it's just way too big for the lifestyle that I like to live. Now I'm worried about where Chris, some people outside. I hope he's doing okay out there. How much am I paying for gas these days? Gas out here is actually quite not bad right now. It's like $1.75 per liter. It's doing pretty good. What's the latest on the Jeffy Bear accident? Jeff's got a bent back bumper. No body damage to the vehicle, just a bent back bumper. Why don't I do an ambulance build? I have an ambulance that started being built, then I ran out of money. Chris? Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec, guys. Sorry, guys. Come back in a sec. He's not helping, is he?
Oh, he sure was, but not me, her, so it's none of my problem.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh no, he's humping people now.
We had a rabbit do it just the other day.
Come on, Crazy, up. Let's go. Crazy, come on.
Oh, you should start doing that.
Crazy's out there humping people.
All the ladies.
Yeah, okay, right? I'm sitting there, my kid's humping. I could hear it. I'm sitting here doing a YouTube live stream right now, and I'm like, I bet you my dog humping somebody outside. Give me a sec. Thanks. Yeah, he was. Cruzy's staying here. Cruzy's outside humping people. I can hear some girl going, oh, not that, not that. I'm like, oh no, that's it. Cruzy's on their leg. And sure as heck he was. You guys talking about gas prices? Yeah, we just, here on the west coast of Canada, we just got used to high gas prices. We're the most expensive anywhere in Canada. I think unless you're going to somewhere super remote where they got to fly in fuel, then maybe that's probably the same. Get Cruzy a girlfriend. It don't matter. I could get Cruzy a girlfriend. He's still going to hump every person that comes by that he likes their leg. Every time. Yeah, even Mandy said, yeah, we're just used to high gas prices. Right now at $1.70 something's pretty cheap. Cruz wants to procreate with a blonde girl. That's what he was doing. He's like, all right, lady, you look good. That a boy? My dog's a perv. SRR says here in Los Angeles, gas prices are ridiculous. Yeah. Horrible. I should do a sticker about Cruz humping legs. You're right. That's probably the most fitting sticker if we ever released it. That would be fitting. Because if you come by my van one day, you're definitely gonna get the you know, from Cruz, 100%. Whew, Northern California is $5.69 per gallon. So here in Canada, say we're $1.75 times. So we're $6.65 or thereabout, somewhere in there, per gallon here in Canada. $6.65. Which is cheaper in the US, which would probably be about the same you're paying in Northern California. Someone's like $3.78, you think. That's pretty cheap. Yeah, I wish. I wish. Marianne, what's up? Appreciate the love, Marianne. When is the visit to Calgary happening? I'm probably going to go to Calgary maybe on the way back this year. I got some friends out there I wouldn't mind going to visit, and some things I wouldn't mind doing while I'm out there. Yeah, so we may do that on the way back, because I also want to go visit my son Seth on the way back too, and he's not in Alberta, but he's on the way back coming through that way. So yeah. Iron Wolf gifted another membership. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And it was gifted to Gorilla Gold Hunters. So cool. Thanks. David just dropped a super chat and says, Cruzy what's that? Stop it. Just move. Stop. The Humpernator. That's hilarious. I thought once I was gonna jokingly make a bunch of cheap shirts in here that said I was officially humped by Cruz the Bulldog, and have a leg on it with Cruzy mounting the leg, and I was just gonna start giving out shirts to everybody that was lucky enough to be humped by Cruz. And then I realized I'd have to keep a lot of shirts in my van because the stock would deplete very quick. Oh, let's go by so fast. Please do the shop logo in stained glass on that big open wall. No. That would be very expensive. Doing vinyl logos on the inside of the shop wall is expensive enough as it is, let alone doing it in stained glass. That's crazy. You realize that wall is 18 feet tall and 40 feet wide. Sorry, 60 feet wide. Bonkers. Any plans on going to Alaska? It's on my bucket list of things to do. I don't have a bucket list, but it's on my list of places I would like to go see at some point. Stacy Noble says her Chihuahua goes crazy on its stuffy. Cruzy just uses whoever comes by the van. He's sleeping now. He's tired. He's like, that's it. I've humped enough. How about Tuktoyaktuk? So that will probably be on my travel season this year. So depending on how it all goes so far, but the plan is to head to the Yukon. And if I'm heading to the Yukon, we're going to go to the Arctic Ocean without a doubt. So probably right up to Tuktoyaktuk and stuff. The chat is flying. You got it, man. It's flipping fast. And reading it on my phone is tough, man, because it's just hauling. Yeah. I got to read them on here, man. It's just getting too quick on my phone. Robert Shields, is Starlink getting slower drop-offs? I had a really tough time with Starlink in the bush the other day. I did a live stream a couple of days ago, and it was just dropping in and out so bad. So I don't know if it's getting worse or what, or because they've got bigger, fancier plans now. Maybe that initial cheapy plan's getting less and less of a, because I know when my plan first started, it was awesome. So maybe as they get in more faster plans out there, my plan starts to become the slow one. So it still does me everything that I need out there. Not so great on the live stream side, but it works for me and I absolutely love it. Hump day every day for Cruzy. Yep. All right, see Tom's leaving today. Tom, thanks for coming by, bro. Hopefully your foot's doing pretty good. Or better. Angel Adventurous says the cancer levels are going down. Yay. Oh, congratulations. That's quite the fight, that stuff, man. Brutal. See, Kim Hoffman's an Oilers fan. I don't watch any sports, so I can't root for anybody. Cruise supervisor t-shirt. That's a good idea. Roses and Thorn, look sharp when you cut your hair. Thank you. I just gave myself a fresh haircut yesterday. It turned out pretty good. I use a new razor, a new trimmer. Let me see if it's in here. Oh, it's underneath my seat. Hold on. I use this, I shouldn't say new, this is the second one I've had. They're cheapies. It's this little thing. It looks super fancy and super expensive, but it's like $30 on Amazon. I just typed in small razor. So usually what I do here, I use this one here to make sure that edge is faded in a bit. Then I take that clip off and just use the bare blade to shave this thing right off. Super cheap. They don't last long, but they're pretty decent. Okay, Cruzy just woke up. Hold on. I got some treats for you, buddy. Here you go, pal. Oh. I'm craving lasagna for dinner tonight. I'm hungry, man. I'm starving right now. Give me a sec. I think I got some cheese. Oh. There's a couple pieces. Sally says, thank you for the authentic videos. Thank you for the authentic videos. It's very refreshing. Oh, Sally, no problem. When you upload as much content as me, it's hard not to keep it real. When you guys are in my van like 5 days a week, it's real, man. It's as real as it gets. Gabe says, Vancity Vanlife, you're looking thick, bro. I put on some weight as I stuffed cheese in my mouth. Would I ever live in a smaller rig like an SUV, a truck, or a car? No. I think I would probably do a van a little smaller than this one. Just not, I do the standard version of this van, not the extended, but I don't think I'd go in anything smaller. Cruz, want some? Cruz, come get some. Cruz, want some? There you go, bub. Eric Gray, the reason I keep watching is your insane editing and storytelling. It's like a documentary every day. Thank you. Well, that's a really good question, a really good thing to say, man. I appreciate that, because when I edit these videos, I try to keep everything as it happens, and then I try to set the mood with the music and kind of bring you guys into how I was feeling that day or what was going on that day. It means a lot. Technically, this is a documentary of my life, so welcome to it. Sorry, I hate eating on camera. I always feel bad. I'm starving. Shop gear, get a rotary air compressor, super quiet. Is that rotary? Is that a type of air compressor, or is that a brand? Because I have a rotary lift. Is it the same thing? We don't really do much air. I have a small air compressor in my shop right now that does the lift in the shop, and we'll do for anything else that we think, anything else we need. I don't think we're gonna need anything bigger, but I think we might put the compressor outside, because Cruzy doesn't like the sound of it, so I can keep the sound of the compressor outside. Cruz will be happier in the shop. Oh, Kim Jones, thank you. Next sponsored shower scene on Kim Jones. Is it weird, Kim, that I went in that shower the other day and I thought about you? That was kind of weird. I mean, they're like, oh yeah, Kim wants a sponsored shower scene. Eric C, see you later, man. Thanks for coming to the stream. Huh. I like that one. I'm gonna write that one down. Where does it go here? Travel Dreamer says, Chrome, we do need a every day is hump day t-shirt or sticker. Tress, my designer, are you watching this? I'm going to message her right now. Hey Siri, phone Tress.
Just to confirm, you'd like to call calling Tress graphics designer.
She better answer. I never call her, so we'll see if she answers.
Chrome.
Hey, what's up? So you're on a live stream right now, and I have a design idea.
Oh yeah, what is it?
So, like doing a cartoon of Cruz, and then writing every day is hump day, because he's humping everybody. So someone on the live stream brought that up as an idea. A Cruz one that says every day is hump day.
Sounds good. I'll do it.
Okay, that's all I wanted. We're on a live stream. I'm like, I'm gonna call Tress right now. She better answer.
I did. Hello, everyone.
Awesome, Tress. Yep, really appreciate you. You know that.
Yep. Thanks, buddy.
All
I
right.
appreciate you too.
All right. See you later.
Have a good live stream.
I will. Bye.
All right. Bye.
She's responsible for a ton of my designs right now, and I love her to freaking pieces. She's a rock. I've never met her. She lives in the States somewhere. One of my subscribers. I've given her so much work since she reached out once. Do I ever game at all? A little bit. I'm not like a gamer, but I do like playing video games. Since we put the TV upstairs, we have a PlayStation at the shop too, so after a long day at the shop, we can go upstairs and play video games. You know? It'll be fun. Need to Ronald Chrome. Thank you for the wonderful live. Aw, man. Thanks for coming by. Judith says, please have ladies' shirts. I'm a scoop or a V-neck kind of girl. So once we start making our own merchandise in-house, yes, we will have ladies' shirts. And yes, once summer is over, we will have hoodies and all that stuff. Not just a standard unisex t-shirt. So things will change once we start doing our own stuff in-house. Someone said I should get a retro gaming console. I would love to put a gaming console in the ambulance. So once we get the chance to get that ambulance to the point where we need to put a build in it, I'd love to put a small TV in there and a little gaming console. Because out in the bush sometimes, like, I should make a video on this subject. Like last night, I'm sitting out there in the bush and I'm like, what am I going to do? It was hot outside. I didn't feel like driving around anymore, spending any more money. I was up on the top of the mountain. You can only stare at the view for so long and you're like, all right, well, for me anyway. All right, well, now what? You know, the weather was so hot, and you're still allowed to have campfires, but I don't want to start a campfire out in the bush when the weather's warm, because sooner or later someone's going to start the wildfire season out here, and I don't want to be the one to do it. So sometimes out in those scenarios, it'd be fun to just like game or something to keep the brain occupied. Otherwise, you get bored out there. At least for me anyway. If I don't want to have anything to do out there, my mind just goes nuts. Kim Jones is munching on Pringles. Oh, Pringles, I like Pringles. Start a gaming channel? Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But I do like video games, though. Mobra music. Bye from Denmark. Going to bed and see you weirdos. See you later. Thanks for coming to the stream. Ben had pizza. That's what I'm thinking about dinner. Either pizza or lasagna. I'm not sure what I can get delivered here. But, yeah. I'm going to get something delivered right here to my van. Why not? Sunday Chamberlain says they're eating a salad, which is probably the smarter thing to do. Can you get a pizza salad? Yeah, lasagna. Sometimes I crave lasagna. It's the cheese and the garlic bread that gets me every time. Every time. I got a super chat from David. Well, if you ever need any pointers or help with retro gaming, you can message me. If I can help, I will. Super cool. Yeah, I don't game enough to go buy a retro unit, but it'd be cool to have one, man. Like those are the games that have like a little bit of nostalgia attached to it, because I used to game a lot when I was younger, and as I got older, I grew out of it anyway. I have a lot of friends that really got into PC gaming big time. I just never had time for it. Mandy, don't forget to... Did he ever respond with the name of his food truck? Oh, Annie Smith, welcome to YouTube memberships. And Daniel Vlog says, I'm buying that van after we retire it. Wicked. Yeah, I've seen some stuff on Marketplace. The Forest Service has these really rad rigs for sale. I've seen a couple of them over the last few years. I just don't have the money to buy them. They're so expensive. The food truck is his name. So where is it? The Alpachi and Annie's. If you guys are in Ohio, Google and look up Alpachi and Annie's food truck. They're one of our subscribers. Go pay it a visit. I love that. Moira says, yes, they are money. And that's the thing about some of those things. I'm looking at them, I'm like, that's just too much. He's in Columbus, Ohio. It's Alpachi and Annie's is the name of the food truck, and it's in Columbus, Ohio. Nice. Sorry, Columbus, Ohio. I knew it didn't came out of my mouth wrong. I'm like, that didn't sound right. So Patty, one of our moderators, that's what the little wrench means. She just said, what do you need, @Queen J-Boss? Can I answer anything for you? So my moderators on here usually know me very, very well. So if someone responds to your question with a wrench beside their name, it's probably a legitimate answer, because they're like my big super fans that are always in my comment section. So they know a lot about us. So. Chrome, you mispronounced. Sorry for the correction. I mispronounce everything. Everything. I'm horrible at it. Oh, Annie Lindman says, wait a minute. Are you the Alpachi and Annie's? Oh my God, it's a great fruit truck. I've been to it, Annie. Yes, I am yelling. My sister lives in Bexley. I'm from... I can't pronounce the name of that town. So cool. I love it that my subscribers have been to your food truck. That's so awesome. How do you get the blue wrench? Usually if I see somebody around my channel a lot, I'll give them the blue wrench if they're in my YouTube comments all the time and I kind of know them. We used to give out wrenches all the time to everybody all the time who wanted to just, be a moderator to help keep my comment section clean. But I found that there was a pile of people deleting people on my live streams that were just like dropping, like just delete. So we just got rid of everybody. We cleaned them up to only names that I know. So, because I was getting emails from people going, dude, someone blocked me because I can't talk. And then I go in there and find out they have been blocked. You know what I mean? These are like long time names that have been on my channel for a while. So I went and cleaned up all my moderators. Now we're down to a handful. But being a moderator is it's a big thing, because you've got the ability to block people, to delete their comments, and it's pretty big. Do I like comedy? What's my favorite comedian? My favorite comedian right now is, gosh, I don't remember his name. He always does a little skit on Down syndrome all the time. He's so freaking funny. I don't remember what his name is, though. He's so funny right now. I guess he's got a brother that's got Down syndrome or something, and he's just, oh my gosh, he's so good. Pretty sure someone will pop in here. He's in my YouTube feed all the time. Ben Hoos, I'm around enough, I think, but I don't want that responsibility. How much do moderators get paid? I wish I could afford to pay my moderators. So usually most people that want to be a moderator, people that are in my comments all the time. People that really... Shane Gillis, that's the name of the comedian. I like him, man. He's so good. Especially when he does skits talking about his brother, man. It's just hilarious. Big fan of him right now. Moira, geez, I hope I never upset your mods, Patty and Mandy. Oh, someone's giving me corrections on how to pronounce that food truck. Is Appalachia. There you go. Thanks for writing it out for a two-year-old. Sometimes I need that, and I'm not afraid to say so. It's true. Oh, jeez. Jillian, welcome to YouTube memberships. Appreciate you joining. That's closer. Thanks, guys. You all been around my channel long enough. You know I suck at reading names of any kind. I never graduated. I'm going to blame it on that. So be it. I always sucked at, like, I can talk. I'm okay with talking. But when it comes to, like, reading, like, some names and stuff like that, my brain just doesn't break it up fast enough to be able to say them. I don't know. I've always been like that. Lisa Marie Coleman, glad you're live, saving me and stop traffic. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully you're doing that at least hands-free at least. Panama Pete, that's a good question. How do you stay cool in your van on a very, very hot day? You don't. You do your best to run all the fans you have. So run your roof fan. So right now I got 3 fans. I got my roof fan pulling air out, bringing fresh air in, or the other way, whichever way feels better. I have a fan in front of me and a fan behind me. So I have a black one back there and a white one up here. And without that movement of air, you just don't. When it's smoking hot, the best thing to do is to Google the nearest town that's cooler and just go there, period. It's the easiest way to do it. Or head up the mountain, find a lake somewhere by a valley maybe that might have a breeze going through it. But the key is you're not going to find any coolness in town unless you go find some shade. So for me, it's usually, well, I'm done with the heat. Let's Google. If I have to drive 4 hours to go van life in a town that's cooler, I'm going to go. Because cruisy does not do well in the heat whatsoever. Like, really bad in the heat. My van actually does pretty decent. I think it's because I have 2 layers of insulation on the roof. And I think, you know, and I don't spend a lot of time with my van parked out in the direct sunshine. Like, I usually try to keep it in a little bit of the shade, you know, in the summer a bit, because Cruz, he doesn't like the heat. Chroma, you going to get a tattoo from Blind Views? Is Blind Views doing tattoos? I'm in. I don't know what he wants to put on me, but I'm in. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, summertime and the bulldog is not a good thing. I usually end up chasing places that have like creeks and water and lots of shade, because Cruzy doesn't do well. Oh, speaking of not doing good on the heat side. Oh, Lisa Marie Coleman, thank you. Definitely hands-free, traffic stopped in the Nevada desert. Hopefully you got some AC down there. I got my air conditioning recharged. Now it doesn't work. It worked for a couple of days, and then today, nothing. It's blowing air, but nothing that's cool, and I don't hear the compressor kicking on at all. And I don't know anything about vehicle AC, but I think if the refrigerant, whatever's inside it, loses pressure, the compressor won't kick on. I might be wrong, but I think it leaked out everything that it did, which sucks. So I'm going to call back the place that did it and see if I can get them to take another look at it, because traveling this year without air conditioning is going to be hell on the dog, and might even be a point where I just can't. Because when you drive long days, the floor of the van gets so hot, it just radiates heat upwards. And Cruz, as soon as a bulldog gets too hot, you can kill a bulldog like that in a hot weather day if you're not keeping an eye on it, because they're not like a regular dog. A regular dog will pant and their body temperature drops. Bulldogs aren't like that. They could pant all day and their body temperature is not going to drop at all. You physically have to cool their body down, whether it be with ice packs, cold water, in a creek, something, or an air conditioning from the van. It's dangerous, very, very dangerous for bulldogs in the summertime. So that has to get fixed before I go. And yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. It just stopped working. Really sucks. Lauren P just said, all right, I made it fully here. LOL. I thought you left. Get him a paddling pool. Where the heck am I going to put a paddling pool in my van? That's my question. And usually at that point, if we're somewhere where we can get water, it's probably at a creek, and I'll just chuck him in the creek. John Murray says, I have a leak for sure, probably. Which kind of sucks, because they went through and tested it. I figured they would have tested to see if it had any leaks. But I'm going to give them a phone call tomorrow or Monday and see if I can get the van back in, because it's got to get done before I leave. Cruz doesn't have to say a word. We know what he's thinking. Does he ever bark? Yes, he barks at me every time he wants food. Big time. He's very vocal when he wants something. Much like me. I think he got it from me. But, yeah. So, I have a cooling pad for Cruz. I had a subscriber send me one the other year. The cooling pads are great. They do okay, but in the van, because the floor gets hot from driving, it doesn't do nothing. So it's not in my, I stopped carrying it just for that reason, because, you know, he never lies on it anyway. So, yeah. EcoFlow's air conditioning unit. I'm not sure if those things even work. I've had a few YouTubers around me that have taken those things. They got paid for the advertisements as well. So, you know, but they say the temperature drops a little bit, not enough to be really considered an air conditioner. I think it's more of like a cooling the air that comes out of it kind of thing. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the new one's better. Maybe. Anybody out here that lives in a van right now that owns one, not watched a YouTube video, that owns one. If it does substantially drop the temperature down, like literally takes the humidity out of the air, drops the temperature down, I'd be curious to find out a real answer. Yeah. Because if that EcoFlow one works, then I'll say yes. Because they've emailed me, hey Chrome, we got this EcoFlow thing. I don't want it, it's too big. So they've actually emailed me about that before. How do the floors look in my new shop? They look pretty good. I popped a little clip in my video the other day, and then maybe I'll be back sometime next week. My daughter graduates the end of the week next week, so when I come back after her graduation, so probably Friday, I will make a video showing you guys the new floor and how it looks. So cool. Matthew with Van Life Plus has one and has used it. So, like, used it like just for a video, or used it on a regular basis because it's awesome. That's what I always wonder when you see something on a YouTube video. Okay, did they use it once and make a video about it, or has it become a part of his regular van life? That's where you know, even when you're watching my channel, that's where you know if the product is good. If it makes it farther than the paid advertisement, then you know that product was worthy enough that that van dweller made it a part of his home. Like me with Jackery or with Iceco or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Those things, that's how you know if that product is actually usable. Is it a part of their life now that the summer's out? Is he running it and talking about it every day? Because if it is keeping that van cool in the heat, then it's definitely worth it. So yeah, I'd be curious if it actually drops the temperature substantially down, that it's worth it. I'm gonna text him. Forget this. Hold on. Hey Siri, phone Matt, Van Life Plus.
Just to confirm, you'd like to calling Matt Van Life Plus Movies.
See if he answers. He's probably too cool for me too. He's too cool for me. He probably looked at my name on the call display. I was like, screw that, dude.
Hey, you've reached Matthew. I can't take your call right now. Leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
After leaving a message, you can
Look at all that energy.
pound for more options.
Hey, bro, I just called. You don't need to call. I'm on a live stream. I just wanted to see if I was cool enough to have you answer, and you didn't, so I'm obviously not that cool. Anyway, bro, I'm just on a live right now, and I just wanted to know if truthfully that air conditioner you got actually works, and actually drops the temperature and acts like a real air conditioner. Anyway, bro, you can text me back. No need to call me back. All good. Love you, bro. Take care. Bye. I'm not cool enough, apparently. But we'll find out. Talking about my daughter. Does she have a forensic job lined up? No, she's still got to go to school first. So a few people in here are saying that they know a few people that have one that really like it. Yeah, I'd be really curious to know if it actually legit, like if it's 26 degrees Celsius in here, if it actually drops it down to 18. Like, you know, if you set it to 18, will it? Because this van is small. Can't see why a proper air conditioner shouldn't. So in years past, I knew someone around here that got one given to them from another company. I don't know if it was Ace EcoFlow or who it was. It was an Easy Breeze, something like that, or whatever it was called. Air conditioner, vents out the window the whole bit, but it didn't do anything. Didn't drop the temperature more than like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, and that was running it all day. Didn't work worth beans. It was more of like a, hey, let's cool the air and blow cooler air in. It didn't do anything about dropping and recycling the like an air conditioner works. It pulls the air from the inside, gets rid of the heat, puts it back in here, you know, a lot cooler with less humidity. That's an air conditioner. This was more of like a, hey, let's just blow cool air and people think it's cool. It didn't do anything for cooling the van. And that's where I would be interested. If that little EcoFlow thing works, I'll message them back and say, yo, send me one, let's go. But I said no because it's cumbersome and big. I keep telling everyone I have, Brian, I keep telling everyone I have one. Geezer, Chrome. Sorry, I wasn't reading all the comments. Geezer. Did you call me Geezer or Geezer? Geezer. Geezer. I'm old. I get it. Brian said, Chrome, read your comments. Too busy talking. It's hard to read all my comments. Easy on me now. Would you sell an AC on Van Toys? If it worked. I'm definitely not going to throw any units on my store that I don't know that work. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe I'll reach out to them and see if they can send me one, and we'll put it to the real test, and I'll tell you guys the truth if it actually drops the temperature. Cruzy's passed out. I'm starving to death right now. Would you ever sell used or refurbished products on your future website? Probably not. You never know. You never know if at Van Toys later on, you know, we have something come up, but I don't think. We're going to stick to selling new products. How long does it take to get your food brought to your van? All depends on where you're parked. See, because I'm on Vancouver Island right now, the delivery services out here aren't as good as they are if I was over on the mainland. If I was on the mainland, as fast as that restaurant could make it, it'd be at my van 10 minutes later. But because we're on Vancouver Island, our delivery services are really, really small. Sometimes it could take upwards of an hour or more. So Kim Sims says that, so this is what makes me question. So I'm guessing she's talking about Van Life Plus, left it at his parents' house because it's too big. So there's my question, was wondering if it really worked, it would be in the van, because if it's getting hotter out, you'd be prepared for it with air conditioning. So if it's not that important and it's chucked at his mom's house, means it might not be as efficient, you know, at doing the job, you know what I mean? But you never know. We'll see. We'll see if he adds it to his van a little later. Do they do deliveries in the bush? No, they don't do deliveries in the bush. Yeah, I wish. Look at this. Oh, hold on. What's up, bro? Hey, you're on a live stream right now. I have a question.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
I have a question.
Sure did.
So that little air conditioner you got, does it actually work?
Well, like I've said before, I mean, I think it works pretty well, but I've never set it up properly, like having both hoses vented and sealed out of the van before, right? I had some jerry-rig nonsense set up where they were just kind of pressed into my ceiling fan last year, and it was okay. It kept it bearable inside, so I imagine if it was set up properly, sort of like how Joseph did it when he DIY'd it on his minivan,
yeah,
it might work. It'd probably be pretty effective.
Yeah, I just thought I'd be curious. Can you?
I'm sure I can't give you a better answer than that. Mine's I'm missing a hose right now, so mine's not even set up.
Yeah, because I know, because I've used one of those units before, not from that company though. Mm-hmm. It was great at blowing cool air, but it didn't do anything for dropping the room temperature, like substantially enough that it was feasible to be called an air conditioner.
Just stand in front of it, stick your face, and that's about it. That's the only relief you're going to get.
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering, if this one, because a lot of people are talking about it in my live stream right now. I'm like, well, I wonder if it really works.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like pull the trigger on it, like not based on my experience yet. I wish I could give you a better answer than that, but I haven't tested it to that extent. Cool.
Well, when you do, let me know. No, I mean, I wouldn't go buy one because they've emailed me about it. I said no because it looks cumbersome.
Oh, it's bulky as all get out. Like when I do have it, it'll be riding around in the Jeep mostly. I'll just pull it out when I need it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's big, right?
Yeah, it's big. It's awkward. Like if you have like a proper RV with more space, it'd be fine. You can like put it on your kitchen table.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of space.
All right, you got to get rid of a cat to make room for that.
Right?
Who wants to do that?
You gotta go. Honey, you're out.
All right, bro. Good to talk to you, man. I think I'm coming out to Calgary this summer, or if I'm out your way at all, I'll message you. We'll hook up again this summer.
Sounds good. Let me know. Have fun.
Wicked, bro. Bye.
Bye.
So, an incomplete review. Yeah. So yeah, I'd be curious to know if it actually does. But like as you heard him say, they're cumbersome units. Like to have that in a van like this that you've already moved into where you didn't make room for the air conditioner, I think it would be a really hard thing to travel with. That's why I kept saying no every time any company that had one reached out and said, hey, we have an air conditioner, you want to try it? I'm like, no, I don't have room for that. I have a hard time finding room for Cruise's stairs, let alone a ginormous AC unit. I think if it, like I've done this before, if we ever hit somewhere that is ridiculously hot, Cruise isn't finding a way to cool himself down, I'll go grab a hotel for a couple of days. If I know I'm trapped somewhere and everywhere around for 2 or 3 hours of a drive or 4 hours of a drive is downright scorching as well, we'll hit up a local place, grab a hotel room for the night. I'll spend $175 in a hotel room to know that my little Cruisy Bear is not panting his face off all day. So we've done that a couple times on our trips. I remember once we stopped in Langley, BC, and I grabbed a hotel for a couple of days. It was great. Put a big window unit in. I've had people tell me that before. You should cut a hole in the side of your van chrome and put the one we have in our apartment in there. Yeah, we're not going to do that. I had people tell me I should break out my back window, weld in a plate, and put in like a 5,000 BTU one in like they have in their apartment and have the big box hang off the back. Like, we see it in Quartzsite all the time. I'm like, yeah, no. That is not going to happen. There's some things that need to be left in Quartzsite. Period. Man, I've heard some crazy stories about stuff people have done to the rigs that are down in Quartzsite, and it just shakes my head. I mean, innovative and probably very effective, but visually doing that kind of stuff and parking in the city would drag some pretty nasty attention to your van. I'm pretty sure. Are you doing this live stream because there are fires there now? Just updating us about fires there. No. As far as I know, I haven't been alerted of any fires over here. Sure, there's lots of fires up here in Canada, but I haven't heard of anything on this island right now. Crazy. I hope there's no fires over here right now. Yeah, but when I'm traveling in the summer, the dog safety is number one, always. Like, I don't mind a hot day. I'll go splash around in a creek or anything like that. But when it comes to the dog, if I can't find a place to get away from the heat, and throwing him in the creek's not helping, and it's overnight he's having a hard time because it's 29 degrees inside the van with all the fans on, and heat radiating from the floor, those would be days where I know if the temperature's getting worse, we'll either drive a half a day or a whole day to find somewhere cooler. If that's not an option, I'll just grab a hotel. It's not a big deal. Like, that's the fun thing about not paying rent, is you get a chance to put some of that rent money away, so when things like that happen, to spend $300 to grab a hotel for a few days just to keep your animals safe, worth every penny. And I know a lot of vehicle dwellers do that. That's quite a common thing for people that are traveling, to just beat the heat. Like, when I'm driving around, I'll go to those hotels and there's RVs outside all over the place. They're doing the same thing. So Kim Jones just says, what about those portable AC units that just run the hoses out the window? Kim has 2 of them. So those units work very effectively. My mom used to have one. Like, I mean, if I ripped Cruise's dog bowl off the floor, we could strap it to the back of that seat. That is 100% possible. But for the amount of days that I've ever needed an air conditioner, it's probably a week out of a whole summer travel season, or 2 weeks out of a whole summer. So to travel around with something that bulky in a space that's already getting pretty tight is really hard. Like I said earlier, if I was somewhere that was hot for like 4 or 5 months in a row, like down in some parts of the USA that just sits in scorching weather for like 3 months, I definitely would go that route for sure. But we don't. Our summers we get a hot span for a short amount of time, and then it goes back to being comfortable. Anyway, you guys, we've been on here for 135 minutes. I am actually, hold on. Jeff E says, you're paying rent now, but what an amazing shop you have. The AC in the shop will be nice. Definitely. Except for I won't be here to enjoy the AC in the shop. But paying rent at a shop is different than paying rent just to go to bed at night. So there'll be money made here. I never made money while I slept at my other home. So usually when I always make that reference for not paying rent, I'm not talking about business rent. That's a little bit different. I'm talking about rent just to go to bed. Because literally you'd work all day at the day job and then you'd come home and all you'd do is eat, watch TV and go to bed. Does my shop have air conditioning? Yes. Yeah, my shop has air conditioning downstairs and upstairs. So I have 3 mini splits in the big shop, which will heat in the winter, cool in the summer. And I have 2 mini splits upstairs. So the whole shop will be plenty warm and plenty cool. How many people come to the shop for a shower? Only my friends. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to let you guys go here. I'm going to go get some food. All you guys talking about all the stuff you've been cooking and eating. My stomach's just mad at me. All right, you guys, I love you tons. Thanks for hanging out with me here and spending a little bit of time with us. I really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who threw in a super chat here tonight, and a special appreciation to everybody who gifted YouTube memberships to other followers here. That means the absolute world to me. Thanks for watching, you guys. Tomorrow is a backcountry video. In tomorrow's video, I find this absolutely epic spot down by the ocean, but I felt so uneasy about it, and I wasn't sure if I was even allowed to stay there, even though it was marked public use land on my map. That spot was so freaking epic, and I'd love to go down and scout that spot out a few more times. The reason why I never stayed there is there was a big old RV down there, like a trailer, like a 25-foot trailer down there. The curtains were all drawn. There was a few things in the windows, but I was unsure. I'm like, am I even allowed to be here? So yeah, anyway, guys, it was a good video. We ended up sleeping way up on the top of the mountain with an epic view.